breath, releasing an exhale. Yeah. Divine movement, having motion, and it ain't stopping. A foundation, solid stone, we gon' keep rocking. Salvation, I want mine, ain't no other option. Repetition, be consistent and just keep dropping. Naughty parts, cut them off, I just start chopping. Trying to serve two masters and you flip-flopping. Heart is fixed, he ain't moving, he's immutable. Thought I was black, I ain't know I was delusional. Allah's wonderful, his counsels are inscrutable. Studying the lessons, know they vital and they crucial. Soul attributes became a body beautiful. Where you at? Friday, I'm at the temple as usual. What? I can apply the lesson and make it use a lot of talk.
That Muslim said, Friday, you can catch me at the temple. Wake up, you sleepy-headed Moors. Why we in the temple? This is not the church. This is not the synagogue. It's the meeting of the minds, man, so we can get out of this hellhole. Wake up. Where you at, Wild Wild Indians? Where you at, original man?
Conversation of walking with the application. The microcosm in the family is the smallest nation. Be shallow when you should be seeking elevation. Islamism, that's that old time religion. Feel like it's back in those days. We spirits on the soul train. The lyrics cannot explain the intricate details. I'm focused on the path, on the track, can't derail. The message get delivered, I receive it like Gmail. The path for that expense, pay the price, no retail. I think of Allah much, success I cannot fail. I'm taking a deep breath, releasing an exhale. Circle of life, and you know that the cycle repeats. Dropping the drawer, won't stay long, keeping it brief. Got a task, I'll be here till the mission's complete. Working diligent, industrious, getting it done.
Working.
Seek a better understanding, elevate higher, so you can get a better view of where I'm.
Let me stop this music. We are working, man. For my Aboriginal community, for my indigenous community, for my Hebrew Israelite community, for my true American, Moorish Americans, Asiatics. I'm talking to you. We working, man. Working on our human needs, building on our human needs. This is a company here that my wife had a vision for. We have creams. More hemp world. Why do we choose the term hemp? And why did we go into hemp? I want you to do your research. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Hemp goes back to being 10,000 years old. And if it's over 10,000 years old, hey, Moorish American Muslims, you can adopt it. If it's over 50,000 years old, Moorish American Muslims, you can adopt it. Let's check it out. This is DKB the Hammer. Check him out. A brother of the Moorish Science Temple American Inc. Out there in Philly, you can catch him. Let's get back to him. Let's get back to our Mo. And if I can share with y'all, check out the website at mstahohr805.co. Matter of fact, we're going to go ahead and get into this because I got to get out of here. They're going to come do the yard today, so we got to go and get into this. First, I bow down my spiritual crown to the one who is all wise, all knowing, all hearing, the author, the creator, the governor of the world, almighty, eternal, and incomprehensible. Allah be his sweet and holy name. Remaining on high, I give a high honors to all true and divine prophets. Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius are some of the main prophets that's known, but we give honors to the prophets known and unknown, as taught by Allah through the prophets. Let's go. So that means your grandma or your grandfather, I give honors to them. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So we're going to go ahead and kick this off. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Islam to the Moors, Islam to the true American citizens. If you call yourself a citizen. I know a lot of people don't like using the term citizen because citizen ties you into this corporation. Well, we're here to talk to you today, and we want to share something about Noble Drew Ali, right? That a lot of people are not telling you, right? Noble Drew Ali did not come to make us Sunni Muslims. Noble Drew Ali did not come to make us Jews. Noble Drew Ali said, be your true self, okay? Noble Drew Ali also taught us that we were living up and down the Mississippi River before so-called Columbus got here. I don't know what you've been taught in some of these other temples, but we're here to share with you in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Noble Drew Ali was teaching you and me that we are the true Americans. I said it. Hit me in my mouth if I'm wrong. Noble Drew Ali was never teaching to go back to Africa. This is why he told Marcus Garvey, this is not a back to Africa movement. Okay? Noble Drew Ali never taught that we worship some man or some entity in the sky. Uh, uh, uh. He taught you and I that Allah lives inside of us. Whether you want to call Allah, Jehovah, Yahweh, he is the rootless root of all good. And in the scientific, so for those who are caught up in mythology, go to science. Yin and yang. Use science. Yin and yang. They can't even argue with you. Science, they're going to give you electricity. You know electricity is real, don't we? You don't see it, but you know it's running through that cord, don't you? It's electricity running through you and I. We ain't spooked out, no. So what I want to do today is I want to talk about the hate that's been placed in you and I. Noble Drew Ali spoke about this hate back in the early 1900s. And I'm seeing this hate today amongst us. I heard Sister Betty, honest to Sister Betty and her tribe. I don't know your tribe, so I don't want to be disrespectful, okay? I don't know how to pronounce her tribe, or I have never actually tried to get into all that. But we give honors to you, Sister Betty, and your community. We give honors to all who are listening, okay? You won't catch me on here using this as a whipping post to speak down on my true Americans. Some of them might do this, but you'd never see R. Neil Bay or his wife doing that with any true Americans. Let's go. So we're here to share with you. Because, see, a lot of people are still sick. Even some of the brothers and sisters that I learned from. I have people who will talk about Noble Drew Ali, who even lie on Noble Drew Ali on some of these platforms. Okay? But then there's some people, and I give honest to those who are like, hey, man, y'all reading that book that was written by the Prince or whatever? Man, leave that book alone, because that book is not dealing with Noble Drew Ali. It's dealing with his brother. So I give honest to whoever you might be. I have heard it 3 or 4 times, a couple of times. They're not Moorish Americans, but they're telling them that book about the Prince or whatever and the circus and all that stuff was written by Noble Drew Ali's brother. Why do they hate Noble Drew Ali so much, and why are they teaching us to hate Noble Drew Ali? They don't teach us to hate Elijah Muhammad. They don't teach us to hate Marcus Garvey. They don't teach you to hate, name some other people today, Jesse Jackson. They don't teach you to hate any of them. But it's a hate for Noble Drew Ali. Think on that for a minute. Whether you are more, I'm not telling you to join the Moorish Science Temple of America. Why do you hate someone who lost his life? He was murdered. What was he murdered for? Giving out the truth like you and I trying to do today. Whether you call yourself Aboriginal, whether you call yourself Indigenous, whether you call yourself Moorish American, whatever title you called yourself, he lost his life for sharing the truth with you and I and our grandmamas before me and you got here, man. But he had us in the vision. This little man right here, man. This little short man, who mother and father who mother and father were fighting the so-called Rothschilds, Rockefellers. I see you, Sister Jones Bay Islam, right? Noble Drew Ali parents, he lost his, let me share this with y'all, man, if you don't know. Noble Drew Ali didn't even get to live his life with his parents, man. Let's talk about Noble Drew Ali. I don't worship Noble Drew Ali either. He's my brother like you're my brother. But there's so many lies about the leader of the Moorish Science Temple of America. And I just want you to think for a minute why. Before Noble Drew Ali told us that we were the true American citizens, who taught it before him and gave it to the public? Share that with me. Let's go. Who taught us that Marcus Garvey, right, had his vision to take people to Africa, but Noble Drew Ali said, I ain't your forefather said over here. Who taught that before Noble Drew Ali? Who taught us to stand up and fight for America, the land of milk and honey that you read in your Bible? Don't throw your Bibles away, because we're going to use this Bible to condemn these people. Oh man, no one else taught it that I know. Not Elijah Muhammad, no disrespect. Not Farrakhan. He went into some of the degrees, right? No one taught it like Allah gave it to Noble Drew Ali for you and me. That rhymes too. No one. Hit me in my mouth if I'm wrong. Who else told us that we were living up and down the Mississippi River before Columbus got here? Islam Brother Chairman. Who else taught us that we, I'm talking about the original, were living up and down the Mississippi River? This is a heavy degree, y'all. Before Columbus got here. Who else taught this? Who else taught us that there was a world here before this world that we know? Oh, man. Who else taught us that there was a government here and that government took from your grandma, from my grandma, from all our people, and then now this is what we call the United States of America today? Who else taught that besides Noble Drew Ali? I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm not trying to be dogmatic, but share with me who else started this like Noble Drew Ali. Bring it to the record. I want you to see why we are taught to hate this little small man. Aboriginal community, y'all talk about them all the time. Come on in here and talk about them today. Some of them don't even let you on the platform. You know why they don't let you on the platform? Because they know you know the truth, and they know they can't just lie and say anything when you say, hey, I got receipts. We can go to the books. But then they say, hey, I don't want to read those books. Those books probably been infiltrated. But then you read other books that we know are infiltrated. Come on, man. And that's for my Aboriginal community. It's too many of y'all who will throw jabs, and you'll use your jab from a book that spoke, or newspaper article that spoke against Noble Drew Ali. That's oxymoron. I just thought about that. And then try to use it and puff yourself up. Oh, wow. Yeah, what I shared with him, Brother Chad, man, this almost tastes like liquor. My wife put some fruits together and water. Man, I don't think I want no more of that. I think I might get drunk. It's been sitting there a couple of days. Ooh, wait. Hey, I hit it a couple of times, Brother Chapman. I said, man, it's kind of tangy there. And I know she got the fruit in there, and we know what fruit do, right? Ferments. So I just want to share some of the things from Prophet Noble Drew Ali, right? Because we have been taught to dislike him. We have been taught to even dislike ourselves, right? And he know it. So before he became considered a prophet to us, let me share some things with you. You know, I was just sharing with you how he lost his mother and father, right? He lost his mother and father. His auntie raised him, right? Then his auntie, she's probably a Pan-African or something, threw the old brother in the fire, man, as a kid. His auntie threw him in the fire. So you can see certain pictures. You can see his burn marks or his scar marks on his face. You can see his scar marks in certain videos or pictures. But what evil demon jinn would say, throw him in the fire? A little boy. Prophet Noble Drew Ali said when he was in the fire, Angel Gabriel came to him. Angel Gabriel told him, wherever you go, I will be. Let's get into the hate about the Prophet Noble Drew Ali real quick. So he leave his his auntie, and on his way, on the highways and byways, he run into a tribe of gypsies. We all know who the gypsy are, okay? The gypsies took him with them to travel so he can learn his way. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali, before he was the prophet, He was a professor. Before he was a professor, right, he had other attributes with him. Okay? He learned how to heal the sick minds of us. So he was considered as a divine healer. He taught us in the Moore Science Temple America the words that he has given us will not only save us and heal us, but they heal others who listen or take it in. Noble Drew Ali, to me, and I'm taking my time, Brother Chairman, because this is real. Without shirt or worshiping Noble Drew Ali, he's the highest form of Allah that I can understand. I'm going to just say I. I don't want to say that you can understand. He came in a form of Allah that I can understand. Okay? Because we're not into spook gods. Nor do we worship like my Aboriginal family. They talk about Allah, and I say, which God are you going to talk about? Because we know the Aboriginal community as a whole, not just one or two of them, as a whole, have a God of war, they have a God of love, they have a God for the food, they have a God for everything. Now, I know some of my brothers don't want to hear that. So when you talk about Allah to us, which God are you, Aboriginals or indigenous community, which God are you worshiping? See, we only have one Allah, and Allah lives inside of me. Allah lives inside of the believers, all right? The true seekers, right? Back to you. Anytime you want to talk about Allah or ask me a question about Allah and you say you Aboriginal or you indigenous, go look and see which God you worship. I'm not being funny, because when I go sit with those who are considered as such and has been for many, many years, they have certain rituals they do at certain times for the gods. Okay? So anytime a Moorish American is questioned by Aboriginal or indigenous or anyone about their God, we all have a creator. All creation have a creator. All creation have a creator. Okay? And love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I leave you with that. So we don't argue with them when they say, oh, you believe in the Arab God. There is no Arab God. There is only one Allah. And the Allah we speaks about lives inside of you and me. That's why I treat you nice. You say you Aboriginal, you say you indigenous, you say you this and you that. I still keep it in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Why? Because we are bound by cords as one. You don't know it, but I know it. So I can't argue with you. That's a form of disrespect and hate. That's what the wild Indians did, right? And what happened to the wild Indians? We like to hold up the wild Indians, but you got to remember how many wars and what happened. Let's get into it. It sounds cute to say, oh, I'm wild Indian. See, we used to hit people in our mouth and call ourselves a wild Indian as GDs. Go back and look at those wars of the wild Indians and see where they fell off at. That's what I leave you with. But let's get into it a little bit. Noble Drew Ali made a plea, not only to the Moorish American Muslims, but he made a plea to the nation. You hear me, Brother Chairman? You hear me, Sister Chishemba Bay? Thanks for the share. Someone just shared the video. The Prophet makes a plea to the nation, to the Aboriginals, to all. Check it out. Our divine national movement stands for the grand principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. This is Noble Drew Ali speaking. And he said, I, the prophet, am applying to all loyal, faithful Moors, members, and the American citizens. Members and the American citizens to help me in my great uplifting acts of uplifting fallen humanity amongst the Asiatic race and nation. Okay? For I have suffered much severely in the past through misunderstanding of what the movement was dedicated to. What do you think those brothers and sisters were saying that the movement was dedicated to back then? We're still going through it today. Okay? Nothing's changed. But I want you to understand this is for us to make safe havens for our babies and our children to come, using religious freedom, religious law, the Constitution to back us up. This is not about what a lot of people are trying to make it. We're not trying to be Sunni Muslims. We're not trying to be anything but who we are, and that's Muslims, okay? May Allah be pleased with that. He says, for I have suffered much and severely in the past through misunderstanding of what the movement was dedicated to. It is the great God Allah alone. See? And you know, when I first started hearing this, the great God Allah, it's all about Allah. Everything we do in the Moorish Science Temple of America is for the sake of Allah, for the betterment of Allah, which you and I represent Allah in the physical flesh. But don't get caught up on the flesh. We're more than flesh. Mind, body, and soul. We're spirit. So he shares with us, praise Allah indeed. He shares with us, it is the great Allah alone that guides the destiny of the divine and national movement. The Moorish Science Temple of America is a divine and national movement. This is no social club. This is not where we come and just bang on people. This is not that. Okay? He says, I know all true American citizens. Listen. I know all true American citizens are identified by the national descent names to answer and apply to the free national constitution of a free national republic. Where y'all think they got that from? Why you think we ride the 48-star flag? The old republic. Right? He said a free national republic of the United States of America. That's why I am calling on all true national citizens. Whoa. That means everyone. To help me morally and financially in my great work in doing to help this national government. See how we are into law and government in the Moorish Science Temple of America, set up by our founder, right? For without a free national name, listen to my Aboriginal community, listen to all of those who do not want to understand the game plan of nationality, okay? Check it out. Go argue with those in law. Don't argue with me, okay? He says, without a free national name, without a decent flag of your forefathers. Y'all like talking about genealogy. See how Noble Drew Ali took us right back to our grandmamas? You can go put your family flag up on your land. Oh, man, I'm giving y'all too much game. Y'all got to join the temple for some of this. You know what I told the brother Chad? But no, you can seriously put your family flag. You got a crest. You have a crest. There's a crest for every family last name. Put it in your yard. Fly it high. And know how to put them on notice. Learn the law. Okay? Without a free national name, without a free descent flag of your forefathers, there is not a divine national title of the government in which we live. That's the law, y'all. You can say Noble Drew Ali tripping, but this is the law. And look at how they're treating us. I want to get back to the hate. This is the reason why they hate Noble Drew Ali. Because with that, he was able to open up a lot of people who were already thinking on government and law, who are already thinking on how to get out of this hellhole. He waking us up, Morris. This ain't even about you and I. It's those babies that's gonna come who gonna be smarter than you and I, and they gonna make the safe havens that me and you should have been and made. Safe havens for our babies. Yes, we can set up schools through this right here. Through this here alone, we can go set up schools. Through this here alone, we can go take land, and it's given to us and granted by the Constitution. Land of your grandma, land of your grandfather, land of your ancient forefathers. You can go take it. You can. If you can show and prove where it's their land, you can use the prophet. You can use Allah. You can use the divine constitution of the Moorish Sons Temple of America and run into freedom. Look at it. No joke. You can use this. It's a saving instrument. There's saving power in this document. I don't care putting it up here. Yes, saving grace, sister. I don't care y'all read it. Read it. Copy and paste it. Because you need other documents to go with it. It won't work with this alone. You be half cop. And also for that brother Toronto, at the bottom of this document, y'all share this video and let them know. It tells you when you leave from whatever group of the Moorish Science Temple America that you are with. We all put it at the bottom. All who create these documents know. That's the words of Prophet Noble Drew Ali and E. Milliel in the original Home Office. No, when you leave from where you leave, you are not entitled to the name or Grand Sheik or titles like that. All that is dead. I'll share that for Toronto. But with this here, we have power where we can do things. For those who like to talk and hate on Noble Drew, show me where your power is at. How can we go get land that they took of my grandma and your grandma without using that document? Talk to me. No, I said I wasn't drinking no more of this water. That water had me gone. We pour it on the plants. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Oh man, y'all drinking that up. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Excuse me, y'all. I'm going to give it to you. So I don't drink it. If it's right here in front of me, I ain't going to drink it. Big fruit in there. That fruit, it was something with that fruit, y'all, so I just pour it out to the plants. That fruit and that water, woo, I get to talking like I was on coffee, and my eyes got to get that fruit up out of there, okay. Yeah, my water makes water for us. She alkalines the water by using fruit. And I think this one sat in there a little bit too long. It's going to have me on another vibration. Praises be to Allah. But back to Noble Drew Ali. And this is why I give honors to the brother Kerry Alande Il. He put this book out here. And in this book, man, you can hear Noble Drew Ali all the way through this book, my brothers and sisters. You know, I hear my Aboriginal community, they talk about, we don't need no flag. Yes, you do need a flag. And in this book, he breaks down why, if you're representing as a nation, why you need a flag. Okay? So get this book, and I'm not going to read much out of this book because he desired for you to actually buy the book and share the book with your family. But let me share with you what he said about flags. This book is loaded with information too. Don't y'all throw those Bibles away, okay? Oh man, look, y'all. Look. Every time I go into here, right? Look. Old Canaanites. I'm more going into the social economic program of those in the Collinsville. And also remember, we will be doing Authority Day, exactly what he's showing and sharing with you in here. Authority Day will be in Collinsville. We will be at the old Cahokia site, okay? But in here, not to put too much out there from my brother, he's in Cahokia, and he's giving you the information about Cahokia and the Gulf of Mexico, okay? Man, this book is loaded. He's all the way back in the 1811 and 1812s in this book, talking about Missouri, right? But let me go back some. And you see how Canaanite is tied in Missouri? Canaanite name. Missouri means people of the large, right? No, that ain't what I was looking for. I was looking for was it the Latin? Yeah, the Latin. In the Latin, it comes up, let the good people, hold on, excuse me, let the good people be the supreme law. Yeah, that's what I was looking for right there. Because that ties back into Supreme Grand Council, Supreme Grand Chairman, and things like that, and reminding me of Noble Drew Ali. So let me look at it again and share it with y'all. And I'm not going to give you too much of my brother's book. You got to go buy this book. In the Latin phrase, it implies, let the good of the people be the supreme law. Let the good of the people be the supreme law. From there, you get the Moorish Science Temple of America, supreme laws, Islam. Look, he going in on seals in this book, my brothers and sisters, right? Look, for y'all who say we don't know nothing about native, man, we teach all that at the Moorish Science Temple of America, okay? Don't get spooked out. Join the temple. Come learn. Look, what y'all know about this queen right here? Hmm? In America now. See, most of the things we share with you, we're going to bring it back to America. But I was looking about what he said about the flags. Y'all see, I got it bookmarked, all up in here, bookmarks. I'm always in here. These are older Moors, too, that's gone now. Islam, older Moors that was with Jackson Bay. Islam, I use this as a bookmark. Excuse me, these were the Moors. It was with the Moors Holy, okay? But I got this from Jackson Bay. This was the year I was born. This is why I keep this. My father knew them personally, so I keep this picture. Uh, he knew them all. He knew all of them in the Moorish Holy, okay? And he can't find them no more. So we say, may Allah be pleased with them. But I'm trying to find this about the flags, Moors. I want y'all to see. Look, I'm giving y'all so much information. Look at it. He all in 1492. Oh, man, don't think the Moors don't know Aboriginals. Oh, man, y'all better come get taught. Noble Drew Ali been and prepared us. Ben. Let me just go. Part. Unveiling the Moorish Empire, and it starts in here. He talks about our flag, but he actually have a chapter on the flag, right? But he dropping so much information in here, and I praise Allah for the information that the brother shared in that book. And we're going to get to the flag part right quick. First, I want to get to this because a lot of people try to play games like we crazy when you hear Moors explain to you about Northwest and Southwest of Mexico, right? And Morocco being here. Let me share a little degree from out of this book real quick in Love, Truth, Peace, Freedom, and Justice. Okay? The Prophet asks us in the Quran questionnaire 32, where is the Moroccan Empire? We're not trying to be those people, all right? Northwest of Mexico. These are codes as well. Noble Drew Ali dropped a lot of codes. A lot of people don't have to even know what we know in the temple, but when they come in, they pick it up and they know exactly what it is, okay? Morocco, the kingdom, right, is a country. Where's this country? It's not in America. It's in Northwest Africa, right? It's it's not us, respectfully. It represents the French, okay? And it's under their protection since what? March the 2nd, my brother said, 1956. The present-day Moroccan Empire, as of 1927, situated in northwestern Africa, according to chapter 47 of the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, verse 6 states, the Moabites, Moroccans, from the land of Moab, who received permission from the pharaohs of Egypt to settle and inhabit northwest Africa. They were the founders and true possessors of the present Moroccan Empire, northwest Africa. Before the earthquake is the present day North America. Northwest Africa before the earthquake is the present day North America. Y'all hear it? Therefore, it was in later years we formed ourselves kingdoms, and these kingdoms are called this day Morocco, and all that we have that you see in our Holy Quran, okay? But all of it is a part of the Moroccan Empire of North America, okay? He also states that there is no king in North America or any other portion of the old Moorish Empire. The prophet said their dominion inhabitants extended from the northwest and southwest Africa across the great Atlantis, even into the present North, South, Central America, and also Mexico, and the Atlantis Islands before the great earthquake which caused the great Atlantic Ocean. Please be advised that which caused the great, excuse me, please be advised that dominion means to have rule over, and inhabited means where they lived. Inhabited means where they lived. Okay, so that would make the Americans branch kingdoms under the old Moorish Empire, not the present day Moroccan Empire. The northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa are the true and divine name of Americans prior to 1492. Man, he is dropping it in this book. Y'all got to get this book, okay? He even shares with you the discovery of America. And I heard the Moors talking about uh, D.C. and there being slaves in D.C. And I wanted to go back into this, right? Written by Brother the Grand Sheik, and he's explaining to us about the discovery of America. Look, y'all see it? Man, this brother dropped some heat in this book. Signs and symbols is what I wanted to get into, and we will get into it now in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Because, see, there's a lot of signs out here. There's a reason why you are. The first sign I want to share with you is to learn to love instead of hate. Somebody say Noble Drew Ali name. I hear people start hating Noble Drew Ali. Oh, he raped this woman. Oh, he did this. Just all kind of falsehood. So let's get into the signs and symbols for the conscious minds, right? Because we want you to understand Noble Drew Ali represent our ancient forefathers of old, and he also represent for you and I, some of us, right, 50, 60, and 70 and older, our grandparents, right? Signs and symbols for the conscious mind. They act as a visual image used to convey messages without using sound or words, right? So when I hear my brothers say, oh man, y'all throwing up those signs, before we did this, we always had signs and symbols, okay? That's ancient. Don't let anyone take it away from you, okay? Please do not confuse symbols with mythology. Symbolism is the use of symbols to represent ideals or qualities. Mythology is a collection of myths, especially the ones that belong to a particular sacred, religious, or culture tradition of a group, of a people. Myths are a collection of stories told to explain nature, history, and customs, whereas signs and symbols contain a science that is only known by those with an open eye. Man need a pattern for their lives. They love to follow, not to lead. The man who stands upon the path and points the way, but does not go, is just a pointer. Just a pointer. Arnil Bay, you pointing, right? Pointing, do this, do that, do this, do that, do that, do that. And a block of wood can do the same. right? Such is the purpose for the signs and symbols, to allow man to go the way that is needed. My brother's breaking down in the book. Many will try to tell you that the prophet didn't bring what is now called what? And you can see it in that questionnaire. What is it, some of the things that they tell you the prophet didn't bring, Morris? Talk to me. First thing I like to say that the prophet did bring to us is better study habits. The prophet brought us better study habits, to study yourself, to study your grandma, to study your great great grandma, to study your creator. That's number one. Then, as we adopt these studies, my brother says, as you adopt these studies into our studies, the teacher must conform himself to the questionnaire and let every member exercise his five senses who is able to do so. So he said, so, for example, what kind of flag is the Moors? Is a red flag with the 5-pointed green star in the center. What do the 5 points represent? Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. How old is our flag? It is over, they say 10,000 years old, some temples, but we teach it is over 50,000 years old. Noble Ali held up a Quran, and he was teaching 50,000 years old. Okay? So we use this and we go back and we find out, man, if we're over 50,000 years old, that's ancient, right? Which will take you into an organized study. Because now you got to go back and find these ancient people that Noble Ali was speaking about, calling our forefathers and our foreparents, right? As you get into it, you start finding out they've been lying to us. Do we hate Noble Drew Ali, or do we hate, well, Noble Drew Ali teach us to learn to love instead of hate. Do we hate them, or are we supposed to hate Noble Drew Ali? Let's get to it. I'm trying to get to it. I'm trying to make this make sense. There's so much hate for Noble Drew Ali. Why? Why? See, Noble Drew Ali was about study and thinking. Aboriginal community, study and think. When you see me on there, don't get mad because you see Richard Neal Bell. As soon as they see Richard Neal Bell on the platform, they start calling Noble Drew Ali all kind of bad names. They be trying to badmouth the Moors and all that. Look, y'all, I've been doing this over 40-some years. That don't turn me on. It give me a deaf ear. I don't hear you. But when you start talking about food, shelter, and clothing, how we can start some businesses, how we can get these children off drugs, because I'm dealing with children in my community, okay, popping pills at 14, 15. And I mean, popping pills is one thing, but now they've been set up to pop a pill that's going to bust their heart open. So Noble Drew Ali taught us to study, study, study so we can save ourselves. And I'm studying, Moors. And I want you to study. You don't see our children dying in front of us? We are getting these lessons so that we can give it to the babies, but the babies are being pronounced dead at 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay? I don't want to get off topic, but this is the main point that I'm focusing on. Whether you be Aboriginal, whether you be Indigenous, Moorish American, Muslim, true Americans, we're dealing with fentanyl in our community, and it's killing our babies. The hell with the old folks. Our babies are dying. Think on that. Now let me get into these seals a little bit and flags. Islam? Because flags are very important. And for those to teach you that a flag is not important, they don't understand law. Okay? They don't understand law. Okay? And I'm going to get into it real quick. And my brothers are already pulling up, going to the back. We're working on putting up a bag, a boxing bag, 80-pound boxing bag, but also they want to work and measure how to set up our garden. We're putting another garden in the back so we can start. My wife and the children can grow certain herbs together, not marijuana. Because somebody been took this video and made it say something crazy, right? Not marijuana, nothing illegal, right? Because these Moors, man, look, man, they said that more hemp world, they was telling y'all not to mess with more hemp world because everything it had drugs in it. And the drugs would kill you, or something like that, that brother was saying about us, man. Let me get into this. Woo-wee. Our people, we are mean, mean people. Brothers and sisters, we're mean. Yeah, they said don't buy this from Arnell Bay. Don't buy any products from Arnell Bay, right? Because the products he had, he is selling more hemp world. This is what they said now. They said more hemp world, we were selling the people laced drugs, okay? Laced drugs. Let me share something about this flag, though. See, the flag is identity, Moors. Signs and symbols for the conscious mind. And my brother said, man, we don't need no flag. But there was an area in here that I was trying to find. And my brother had said it so well put in a scholar type way. Y'all know I don't come with no scholarship. I just give it to you and run. I just drop it all out there and say I'm gone. And I can't find it, so we will get back to it. It's a little article in here, and he's speaking on the flag. For y'all who don't think that we teach that we're aboriginals as well, I want y'all to see this. So when people come on platforms talking about, oh, we just brought it to the world that we aboriginals. No, you're not. And I can go out throughout my literature and share with you, we've been calling ourselves aboriginals and indigenous to the land. Okay? The prophet has proven beyond the possibility of a doubt that the aboriginal inhabitants of North America, that's all of us, whether you call yourself Moorish American, whether you call yourself Nation Islam, whether you call yourself a Christian, AME, as OTK always speak on, Church of God in Christ, whatever you call yourself, right here in North America, we are all one people. If you did not come over here on a slave ship, we are one people. If you cannot find your grandma, your great grandma, or none of those in Africa, we're one people. Noble Drew Ali been teaching this in the Moorish Science Temple America. What is the purpose of the Moorish Science Temple America? So we can be taught these things, and the KKK and no other organization can come in there and do nothing to us. Nothing. We have our own courts. We got our own militia. We got our own military. We got all that in the Moorish Science Temple America. You just don't hear about it. Just like my brother OTK was speaking about AME Church, we're set up greater. No disrespect to the AME Church, but they outworking us, Moors. They are outworking us. You can go get a hot meal Monday through Friday, I know here in Carbondale at the AME Church. So they outworking us. But what we have from Noble Drew Ali is greater than what any of these religious organizations can give you. Because you can come out of the system if you desire. Praise Allah. Right? But we're talking about scholarship amongst us. It says, look, the scholars have come to the conclusion that the aboriginals of this country, I want y'all to see this, not just hear from Arnell Bay, right? It's kind of hard for me to try to read it from here, though. So it says the scholars have come to the conclusion that the aboriginals, y'all see it? Y'all see it? Of this country derive their what? Their origin from what? the Asiatic tribes to whom the natives of America bear the greatest resemblance in language, right? Religion, right? Manners, right? That reminds me of Brother One Truth. He keep a great man. His mannerism is on point. Allahu Akbar. Habits and customs. Okay? So whoever telling y'all, man, we don't use those terms, we've been using those terms. That's why I rock with y'all. Because see, y'all getting a little bit more information that y'all might not hear in the temples. A1, BAP, Top Cat. I said a Dukatir been here, so I don't even want to put you in the boat more. You should be able to look back and say, man, some of my work is making it now, brother. I said a Dukatir. Hakeem Bey, who I used to study with. That's right. He should be able to say the same thing, like, man, these people are waking up now. That's what I get from it. When I hear BAP and all these different brothers and sisters teaching certain things that we've been teaching over 20 years. See, they ain't going to hear it from us because we wear the fez. But they hear it from DJ Cuddy. They hear it from Sister Sharice. They hear it from Mama Chief. They hear it from Sister Betty. They ain't going to hear it from the Moors. We know our time is up. But we're here to tell you, we're here in America, and most of us are safe. We're not in the system. Many of you, and I'm not throwing a jab at anyone, but many of you who are on YouTube, Instagram, daily, no disrespect, no sneak diss, are not free. So you're not entitled to call yourself Aboriginal. You're not entitled to call yourself indigenous. You're just using it as a marker for YouTube, for Facebook, for likes and views, for friends. While you live in the land of milk and honey, you're broke. But people are coming over here from India. They were broke, but now they got your job. They're selling your children the Newports. They're selling your children their food that they ate over there. Huh? In the land of milk and honey. On your turf. And you give them 6 years to 10 years, they multi-millionaires. While you sit on YouTube, Facebook, social media and argue and fight with each other and create entities of enemies. Wake up, you sleepy-headed people. Did I step on some toes? Because I can go to every city throughout America and see Indians, people from Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Afghanistan, selling us gas, selling us cigarettes, selling us gyros, selling us whatever. I want you to know that's your job. That's your post. In Carbondale, Rosas, I got my hand in that pot. I got my hand in that pot. Don't let them sell anything in your city without you not having your hand in that pot. I'm talking to the true wild Indians. Push the pen and stand on them, man. Because see, these Indians and these other people, they don't give a damn about our community. They might even say, Assalamu alaikum to you. They don't care. Our babies are buying fentanyl, I mean, the synthetic drugs from a lot of those places. In the land of milk and honey. The land of milk and honey, as my brother Carey put in the book, it represents the land of opportunity. In 1779, what happened? What happened, Morris, in 1779? Those people tried to take over. Noble Ali been hitting us over the head. Allah sent him in 1886, because in 1779, we know what happened. We know what happened. And you can use your Bible and go back and see Joshua representing the states of government in 1779. I said it. Use your Bible, and my brother Kerry put it in this book. Use your Bible, look up the prophet Joshua, and you will see Joshua represents the state government in 1779. This is why Noble Drawley tell us not to throw our Bibles away, man. It's loaded with codes. It's loaded with information. Some of the babies and some of the new age thinkers, new minds will be able to come in and grab it. Again, America, where we stay, where we reside, where we are from. We're not from Africa. America is the land of opportunity for all nations. All nations fly flags. This is why I was into the flags earlier. Again, if you represent, like prime example, Unscrambled Minds, they can create a flag. Top Cat BCU, they can create a flag. Your family has a crest. You can create a flag. This flag is needed throughout America to represent you. Okay? Remember, Noble Drawley told the Moors, children, you are at home. If there's nothing else you can hear in my Aboriginal community, my indigenous community, remember throughout Noble Drawley's lessons in the Moor Science Temple of America, he kept imparting into us, we are at home. At no time did he ever tell us to go to Africa with Marcus Garvey. And Marcus Garvey didn't go to Africa. He died in London. And for the record, a lot of people don't know Marcus Garvey was a Christian. There was crosses all on his casket. They had crosses up and down the street when he died. Go look at the video. He was a Christian. He was not a Muslim. He was not a Muslim. And I wrote his wife said when she was living, Sister Amy, that him and Noble Drawley never met. She actually spoke against the Moor Science Temple of America, Sister Amy Garvey. That's when I knew they was in the bed with the CIA. So, no, we have nothing to do with the Moor Science Temple of America. That's what Sister Amy Garvey, his wife, said. I wish I would have kept the letter. I didn't know I was going to be doing this now, and I can say, hey, look, I wrote Sister Bethy before. Sister Bethy Shabazz, right? I wrote her while she was in the hospital. I wrote her before she went to the hospital. I was actually on my way out there to go sit with her because I wanted to see what did Brother Malcolm know about Noble Drawley and share it with her. But while I was doing that, I wrote Sister Amy, and Sister Amy told me, we don't even deal with the Moorish Americans. Noble Drawley was crazy. That's what Sister Amy said. But now I'm starting to hear all this information about Marcus Garvey today through TikTok and people from the Aboriginal communities and the indigenous community. It's all starting to make sense. She was in the bed with the CIA or the FBI because there's a letter that Noble Drawley sent to his wife, a postcard letter, when he went to Atlanta, Georgia to go sit with Marcus Garvey, who was incarcerated. Somebody playing games on it. And I'm going to tell you, it's the CIA, FBI, DEA, the Alphabet Boys. They want all of us at odds with each other. They want the UNIA. They want the Moor Science Temple of America. They want the Nation of Islam. They want the Nation of Gods of Earth. They want the gangs, the GDs, the BDs, the Stones, the Vice Lords, the Crips, the Bloods. They want all of us at war with each other. Aboriginal, indigenous, they want all the chiefs at war with each other. Are you with that, or are you with what our ancient forefathers set up for us? For us here in America. Chicago is our Mecca for a reason. Go back and look at the old information about Chicago. And big ups to all of those who went to old Mexico Top Cat and his BCU, Unscrambled Minds, I think went. Red Pill, Blue Pill, been over there. My wife said the first person she ever known to do it was Brother Asita Dukatir. And the reason I say big up is because there's a letter that you can go read written by Prophet Noble Drew Ali, who told the Moors to take 50,000 Moorish American Muslims to old Mexico. And from what I've been told about the old Moors from the Moorish Holy, he said, Mo, when you get there, you get to the old Mexico before Top Cat went, I told him, you're going to come back high. I already knew because the ancient ones had already told me who had been there before. Before they left, I was able to find out about the old Mexico. And we got work to do in old Mexico. I'm talking to all true Americans. I don't care about your ideology. We all have a God. The Aboriginal community, you have a God, or you have gods. Okay? You have a God of war. You have a God of love. You have a God for the garden. You have a God for this. A God that don't disturb me. And it shouldn't disturb you that I worship Allah. And my Allah is not in the sky. He's not in the ground. Allah lives within me. And that's another reason why Noble Drew Ali lost his life, because those Sunni Muslims would never tell you that Allah is in you, Allah is in me. Oh man, y'all got me going now. Whew. Praise Allah. Let me share it with you. A couple things in here Noble Drew Ali said that you would never find in Al-Islam of what they have today of Wahhabism. Okay? I'm going to start with chapter 1. In chapter 1, it says to us, this is why they hate Noble Drew Ali, Moors. Noble Drew Ali tells us man cannot die. The spirit man is one with Allah. I'm going to say that again. Don't go out here thinking crazy like if somebody shoots you, you ain't going to die now. You got a physical, you have a soul, and you have a spirit. Man cannot die. The spirit man is one with Allah. And while Allah lives, man cannot die. When man is conquered upon every foe, when man has conquered every foe upon the plane of soul, the sea will have fully opened out, and it will have unfolded into the holy breath. Each one of us going to unfold into the holy breath. Okay? The garbage soul have then served its purpose well, and man will need it nevermore. That's why I don't argue with any of y'all on Bat Channel, on Top Cat Channel, on DJ Cuddy Channel, on Unscramble My. I usually like to stay in the chat and stay out of the on the panels, because when they see Neil Bay on the panels, every evil spirit is moving, and they coming, and they ain't coming with uplifting. They coming to tear down. But let's stay on the spirit, man. The God of soul will have served its purpose well, and man will need it, never need it more. And it will then be no more, and man will then attain unto the blessedness of perfecting this and be one with Allah. Okay, y'all gotta excuse me. That print was kind of real small. But I'm gonna share with you why the Sunni Arabs would never, ever say, yeah. You guys are on the Mustaqim. Mustaqim means straight path. Okay? I'm going to share another one with you. And again, man will be one with Allah. Okay? They don't teach this in our Islam. So they say we're not Muslims. They call us disbelievers. But we don't stand on belief. Noble Drew Ali said belief is lost. We stand on what we know, fruition. Right? And how do we know what we know? Because he teaches us to learn the higher self from the lower self. And when you learn your higher self from your lower self, you're going to learn about the illusions of the world. That's how we know. We be what we know. Islam. Then he says to us, let me say a couple more. My brother said, man, if you don't get off this camera. Then he shares with us, boys. Let me read from 7. Okay, the Moors want me to end more. He said in 7, he says this, right? It's another reason why Al-Islamic, the Wahhabis, will never accept Noble Drew Ali or our teachings in the Moorish Science Temple of America as al-Haq or as the truth. But Noble Drew Ali said that these lessons were already here. Okay? They were here before the Bible, before the Quran. So he says to us, Allah's meeting place with man is in the heart. This is the heart, Moors. This is the heart. This is not the heart. This is the heart. Okay? You could take this out and still live. Can't take that out. Right? Allah's meeting place with man is in the heart. In the still small voice he speaks. And he who hear is still. All the people said, teach us to know the Holy One who speaks within the heart. Allah of the still small voice. And Jesus says the Holy Breath cannot be seen with mortal eyes, nor can man see the spirits of the Holy One. But in their image, man was made. Sound like the Bible, don't it? See, Quran won't say that. But in their image, man was made. And he who looks into the face of man looks at the image of Allah who speaks within. No sky daddy. He who looks into the face of man. So when I'm on BAP channel and I'm sharing his channel, and I'm telling people to come in, OTK channel, or anywhere I'm on, I'm doing the work for God. Whether they respect it as such, that's what it is. Okay? So we look into the face of man's looking at the image of Allah who speaks within. Okay? And when man honor man, he honors Allah. Just what I just shared with y'all when I'm on all these different platforms. I keep it love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, right? I never get personal. Besides that dude, Shy Sun. Shy Sun is an open enemy. Don't allow him to communicate with our sisters, our women, our mothers, true Americans. Okay? The Holy Breath cannot be seen with mortal eyes, nor can man see the spirit of the Holy One. But in the image man was made, and he who looks into the face of man looks at the image of Allah who speaks within. And when man honors man, he honors Allah. And what he does for man, he does for Allah. And I just ended right there, Moors. Everything I'm sharing with y'all is for the sake of Allah. No sky daddy, nothing spooky. So that we can build up America and build up ourselves and make safe havens throughout America, okay? Prophet Noble Drew Ali entitled us, and he tells us, for without a free national name, without a decent flag of your forefathers, there is not a national divine title or government in which we live, okay? You need these things to stay in law, whether you join the Moorish Science Temple of America or not. You need to get back to what Grandma taught us and what Grandma and them were doing. That's the true way. We are out of touch with Grandma and them, and we're doing our own thing. All our grandmas taught us how to grow food. Think about that. All our grandparents, I know how to sew. I know how to cook. They were preparing us. I'm going to read this, and I'm going to leave in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. May Allah be pleased with what I shared today. I'm getting too long-winded, and the brother's telling me he definitely want to start cutting up here in the front yard and doing the work he needs to do. Islam, you can also check out my wife page, Moving Without Motions, here on YouTube. Again, we do not championship to be the heads of the Moorish Science Temple of America. We are a body of politic who are moving according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. We have been adopted to the Prophet, and we're about his work in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. All of us teach love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. We do not preach anything outside of that realm. You will never hear any of us tell you, you must be a Moor or you must call yourself Moorish American. So when people talk to me, it's like, you don't know me. If that's what you're talking about, you don't know me. But listen to these words here and go back and learn constitutional law to free yourself. Again, I'm out of their system. You're in their system. Big difference. I'm out of their system. They can't tax me to death. They can't tax my wife to death. And they shouldn't be able to tax you to death if you're a true American citizen. So let me share this with you. Do your own work. If you don't want to use what Noble Drew Ali set up, then ask the Great Spirit to bless you. But we all need to be free and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Yes, under that charter, we can open up schools. Under that charter, we can build townships. Under that charter, we can do whatever we desire, unmolested and protected by the Supreme Court and the Constitution. So let me share this with you. Maybe you can do greater than what Noble Drew Ali set up. Okay? A divine warning for the prophets, a divine warning by the prophet for the nations, no matter what tribe you might come from. It's an S at the end of this. It means for all of us. Okay? The citizens of all free national governments, according to their free national constitution, all of one family. Stop. All of one family. We are all cousins, man. I don't know if y'all heard that before. But when I meet aboriginals and I meet indigenous and my copper family, copper colored family, whatever term you want to call it, what's up, cuz? So let me share this with my cousin. The citizens of all free national governments, according to their national constitution, all are one family bearing one free national name. It's not ill, it's not bay, so don't get on here arguing that. One free national name. What is it? American. Those who fail to recognize the free national name of their constitutional government are classed as undesirables and are subject to all inferior names and abuses and mistreatments that the citizens care to bestow upon them. It is a sin for any group of people to violate the national constitutional laws of a free national government and cling to names and principles that delude to slavery. Period. Period. Anything that deludes to slavery, we want out from it. We free. We are free. I say we free. That's right. That's that old talk. I, the prophet, was prepared by the great God Allah to warn my people to repent from their sinful ways and go back to the state of mind of their forefathers, of your grandfather, your great-great-grandma now. See what he's sharing with you? Why are you hating against him? He's preparing you to go back to the mind of what your forefathers taught and believed. Okay? Here we go. Divine and national principles, that they would be law abiders and receive their divine rights as citizens according to the free national constitution that was placed for all free national beings. This is law, y'all. This is law. And Noble Drew Ali wrote it for you and I in the 1920s. Why we hate him? He ain't telling you join the Moorish Science Temple of America in here. Listen, let me read some more. There is but one issue to be recognized by this government and of the earth, and it only comes through the connection. You're connected now. Of the Moorish Divine National Movement, which is incorporated in this government. Y'all don't even understand that. He's not incorporated how you're thinking. Get with us and learn how he's incorporated. We're talking about the old world. Noble Drew Ali went back to the old world. He gave himself the title, or the Moors gave him the title, prophet from the old world. Let's get into it a little bit more. Which is incorporated in this government, recognized by all other nations of the world. And through it, they and their children, our children, listen, can receive their divine rights unmolested. See, a lot of things y'all doing, they molesting you still. Unmolested by other citizens. Okay? That they can cast a free national ballot at the polls under a free national constitution of the state's government. Aboriginals, what you know about that? Indigenous, what you know about that? State government, and not under a granted privilege. What do we know about that, Moorish American Muslims? Hmm? As it has been the existing condition for many generations. You who doubt whether Noble Drew Ali is right, listen to what he says. You who doubt whether I, the prophet, and my principles are right for the redemption of my people, go to those who know law. Go to those who know law. And you're going to see why you hate Noble Drew Ali. You're going to see why you hate to hear what your grandma taught you, what your great grandma taught you, right? He says, go to those who know law in the city hall and amongst the officials in your government and ask them under an intelligent tone, this ain't no myth, and they will be glad to render you a favorable reply, for they are glad to see Noble Drew Ali bring us out of the darkness into the light. Truly, they are glad to see us wake up and know that we are the true possessors of this land. Money does not make a man. It's a free national standard and power that makes a man or a nation, excuse me. The wealth, listen, because I hear a lot of people talking about money and gold and silver. The wealth of all national government, gold and silver and commerce belong to the citizens alone. Without your national citizenship by name and principles, you have no true wealth. And he says, I am hereby calling on all true American citizens that they stand for a national free government and the enforcement of the Constitution to help me in my great missionary work, because I need the support from all true American citizens of the United States of America. Help me to save my people who have fallen from the constitutional laws of government. Y'all hear him? We fail from law. And they clean the names and principles that are unconstitutional. You know, when you call yourself a nigger, that's unconstitutional. When you call yourself a black man, that's unconstitutional. When you call yourself dog, that's unconstitutional. Okay? I see you, sis. Then he shares with us, he says, if the Italians, Greeks, English, Chinese, Japanese, Turks, and Arabians are all forced to proclaim their free national name and religion before the constitutional government of the United States of America, it is no more than right that the law should be enforced upon other American citizens alike. In all other government, when a man is born and raised there and asks for his national descent name, if he fails to give it, he is misused, imprisoned, or exiled. Any group of people that fail to answer up to the constitutional standards of law by name and principles, because to be a citizen of any government, you must claim your national descent name, because they place their trust upon issues and names formed by their forefathers. The word Negro. Go back to the Latin, see what you get. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And it's very long, but you should read it. It's written by Noble Drew Ali. It's about, let's see how many paragraphs this thing got to it. It's about 7 paragraphs, written by the prophet. But he's letting us know that the 14th and the 15th Amendment, we don't need it if we are saying what we're saying and standing on what we stand. Okay? I heard somebody mention something about the lion and the lamb, and I'm going to read this. He says, and I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to close out as I'm reading this. Visit my wife page, Moving Without Motions. Visit Brother Asir Dukatir. Visit Aboriginal Power channel. Visit Unscrambled Minds channel. And DJ Cuddy is live giving you world news every day. Check out DJ Cuddy. My sister who just graduated out in DC, Sharice, she's live now. OTK. Y'all go check them out. Even Smoke been going live. He went 18 hours. No. Yeah, about 18, 19 hours today. Y'all go check them out because on there, it's like it's like they always brainstorming. And you hear from time to time somebody share something that it just make you go back and laugh like, man, the prophets called all this out. But I want us to understand the 14th and the 15th Amendment does not apply to us. And I want us to know why, according to constitutional law. This is again another thing that Noble Drew Ali was teaching us in the early 1920s. And you got BAP, you got all those that I mentioned. They starting to go in on some of these things that Noble Drew Ali shared with us in the early 20s. This is why we call it the everlasting gospel. Okay? I'm going to end with this. So there's but one issue for my people to use to redeem that which was lost, and it's through the above statements. Then the lion and the lamb can lie down in yonder hills, and neither will be harmed, because law, truth, peace, freedom, and justice will be reigning in the land. And in those days, the United States would be one of the greatest civilized, prosperous governments of the world. I want to read that again so we can understand the prophecy of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. He says to us, then the lion and the lamb can lie down in yonder hills, and neither would be harmed, because love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice would be reigning in the land. And in those days, the United States would be one of the greatest civilized, prosperous governments of the world. Think of safe havens for our children. But if the above principles are not carried out by the citizens, by the true Americans, my people in this government, the worst is yet to come. Cosmon, I forgot about my brother Cosmon. Cosmon be teaching some things that we call adept degrees, okay? It ain't a secret, it's sacred. He says, he says, the great God of the universe is not pleased with the works that's been performed in North America by my people. And this great sin must be removed from the land to save it, right? And as I read that, I always think about when the brothers and sisters come on social media just to argue with each other. You're not in the vision of our ancient forefathers. If you're causing confusion in the minds of the ones who do believe, you're not in the vision of the prophet. If you're Moorish American, okay? He says, so I, the prophet, hereby calling with a loud divine plea, So I, the prophet, am hereby calling aloud with a divine plea to all true American citizens to help remove this great sin that we're all practicing. If you true American, we not divided, man. Brothers or sisters, we are not divided. Because I'm a Bay don't mean we're divided. It was Bays here over 20,000 years ago. It was eels here over 20,000 years ago. So why you don't like me? Because you don't like Noble Drew Ali, because you've been taught by your master, the FBI, the CIA. Did I nail that? That's why you don't like me. I'm telling you I'm not from an ape. I'm telling you I'm not from Africa. I'm telling you that my ancient forefathers are from right here in America. My Islam is right here in America. I'm telling you my prophet is right here in America. I'm telling you my Mecca is right here in America. But you want to argue with me? But you want to argue with me? Everything about me is American. Everything. I own land throughout America. Not in Saudi Arabia. Not in West Africa. I own land throughout America. I'm trying to beautify America. The land of milk and honey, man. Huh? So let's get away from the religious controversy. And let's really get on what we're supposed to be on. And that's love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I got love for all of y'all. And I come in truth. You see what I'm saying? How you see how the principles go? When I'm on OTK channel, it's nothing but love. When I'm on BAP channel, it's nothing but love. When I'm on any of your channels, it's love. I'm not there to troll. I'm not working for the FBI. I'm not working for the CIA. I'm not working for anyone but the betterment of us. And you hate me. So I know you hate Drew Ali. Because I compare myself to Drew Ali daily. I compare myself to Drew Ali. He's no myth. He was born January the 8th, 1886 in North Carolina. I know people who was with him. I met people who was with him. Sisters Christine Price Bay, a lot of the Moors Holy. Some I can't name because I've been smoking marijuana over the years, who sat with him. You hate me because you hate him. That's what I leave you with. Even when you say, oh, I ain't got no problem with him. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You had a problem with your grandma. You didn't listen to your grandma. You probably try to listen now because she gone. You want to do things your way, so you don't like truth. Share this video. Did I do any slandering? Did I do any backbiting on here? Did I tear anybody down? Share this video. Visit us at www.mstahohr805.co. Check us out on Mighty Networks. On Mighty Networks, we have over 7,000 or 8,000 or 10,000 books on Mighty Networks. I mean, you want to study about true Americans and the history about America? You need to get with us in Mighty Networks. My wife, every time she get done with a set of books, she put them in the book nook on Mighty Networks. So with that, I'm going to leave y'all in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Islam, let's work in bettering ourselves, right? Not tearing each other down, right? If you're not here to build, you don't know me, and I don't need to know you. If the gangs are doing it, why aren't we? And I'm talking to the so-called conscious community. I'm talking to the Hebrew Israelites. I'm talking to the Moorish Americans. I'm talking about to the Nation of Islam. I'm talking about to the Aboriginals. I'm talking about the indigenous. I'm talking about us. Why can't we do what we need to do? We need businesses working together. This should be in your household like it's in my household. Cleaning products. Essential Asiatics. Check it out. Let's go. Essential Asiatic, all natural, nothing in here harmful. Glass cleaner. I need your help, not just to buy the items, but I need you to get these items out in your community. We have toilet paper. I shared with you more Hemp World. I'm not here to tell you to join the More Science Temple of America. I'm not here to try to beat you out some money or anything crazy. But I want us to understand we're more powerful together than we are divided. Noble Drew Ali teaches us in the More Science Temple of America, in connection with our aims and religious aims and belief, we must promote economic security. The preaching of economic security among us is by no means as widespread and intensive as the circumstances demands now. We need finance and we need it badly. There's so much we can do. Okay? We want better positions for our boys and our girls, our men and our women. Noble Drew Ali teaches us a beggar people cannot develop the highest in them, nor can they attain to a genuine enjoyment of their spirituality of life. Our men and women Our men and women, man, woman, and child is a nation. Listen, man, woman, and child is a nation. Listen, our men and women and children should be taught, and that's three, should be taught to believe in the capacity of our group to succeed in business. Okay, in spite of trials and failures of some of them, because you're gonna fail in some things we do. Trials and failures in business are by no means confined to any particular group of people. Some business ventures of people will fail. Some have some have many men and women among our people who are qualified both by training and experience. With us, we have qualified doctors. We don't need hospitals. We have qualified doctors. So when Moore said we need a hospital, no, we have Sister Dr. Alicia, who's also the AGS, a doctor. Reach out to her if you're dealing with diabetes. Natural. Heal you from these things without using westernized CIA, FBI medicine. Let's heal ourselves like Noble Drew Ali taught by using the plants, the herbs, right? So we have qualified, skilled ones. My wife is a paralegal, qualified. I'm a counselor, qualified. Brother Rice Bay, our Grand Chief, qualified counselor. Boxing coach, qualified. All of us, Brother Chairman, qualified. We all are in the professional realm. Praise Allah indeed. I'm going to close with this. The problems of life are largely social and economic. The problems of life are largely social and economic. Let's change that condition. And I'm talking to my Aboriginal community, those who watch me, and I'm talking to my indigenous community. I'm talking to the Moorish Americans, all those who have an ear to hear. Visit us at www.mstahor805.co and let's work on this. Let's work on this problem, social and economic. With that, check out Brother Sharif too. Brother Sharif been sharing some information more on our social conditions. Okay? Our social conditions. Let's work on our social conditions. That's for the Moorish Americans. Islam. And we're going to close. Allah has sent us a prophet in due time with a holy message. Islam, which is divine. Islam, he came to let the Asiatics of America, not Saudi Arabia. Let me stop, because this is not in there. Not Saudi Arabia, not Africa. He came to let the Asiatics of America know they are of the ancient family, the Moors. His speech was to the Asiatics first here in America. Why? Because they have been sinners since their departure from their forefathers' religion. Oh, sinners, why don't you hear the soul of Islam ringing in your ears? Not that Wahhabi stuff. The soul of Islam ringing in your ears. Not that Saudi Arabia vibration. The soul of Islam ringing in your ears. The Prophet has said, if I were you, I would get ready before I was made to do so. Now come pick up your forefathers. Oh, my grandmamas. Now come pick up your forefathers and mothers' ancient and divine creed. Aboriginals, you hear them? Now come pick up your forefathers and mothers' ancient and divine creed, which carries your national name indeed. It will entitle you to your rights, which you have been denied. You hear me, Aboriginals? You hear me, Indigenous? Moorish Americans, do you hear me? I'm talking to the true Americans. Do you hear me? It will entitle you to the rights which you have been denied. Because in 1774, they turned your lights off. Your lights was off from the ancient Moors. In 1925, Allah allowed Noble Drew Ali to mend the broken wires. Praise Allah indeed. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Thank y'all for the shares. I had 3 shares today. I had actually 3 people who liked the video. Praise Allah for you all. May Allah be pleased with us all. And let's do this for the betterment of us. In love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, I say, let's do this for the betterment of us. Let's get away from all the bickering and fighting and arguing and tearing one another down. Let's make things greater for us and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I'm here, brother and sisters, and I'm ready to work with you when you're ready to work with me. I do not force myself on anyone, okay? But when you're ready to work with Arnel Bay, just reach out to Brother Arnel Bay. I'm here. And I don't teach that everybody got to join the Moorish Science Temple of America. Because Noble Drew Ali was working with people back then, aboriginals, indigenous, and all kind of other communities. And he didn't teach that. We don't teach that. We're not caught up. We don't do that. That's just not what you do in the Moorish Science Temple of America. Islam, may Allah be pleased with us. Visit the website mstahohr805.co. And I'm going to play a little music. And this right now is going to start with DKB the Hammer. He's out there in Philly. Y'all can reach him in Philly. Islam, DKB the Hammer. Let me give y'all some music.
Power off.
And power on. I'm going to power it off and then I'm going to power it on. And I'm going to give y'all some music. And we're going to close out in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Islam.
Islam is on that old time religion. Feel like it's back in those days with spirits on the soul train. The lyrics
Bluetooth connected.
I'm focused on the path, on the track, can't derail. The message get delivered, I receive it like Gmail. The path for that expense, pay the price, no retail. I think of a loud lunch, success I cannot fail. I'm taking a deep breath, releasing an exhale. Yeah, divine movement, having motion, and it ain't stopping. A foundation, solid stone, we gon' keep rocking. Salvation, I want mine, ain't no other option. Repetition, be consistent, and just keep dropping. Naughty parts, cut them off, I just start chopping. Trying to serve 2 masters, and you flip-flopping. Heart is fixed, he ain't moving, he's immutable. Thought I was black, I ain't know I was delusional. Allah's wonderful, his counsels are inscrutable. Studying the lessons, know they vital and they crucial. Soul attributes became a body beautiful. Where you at? Friday, I'm at the temple as usual. What? Walking a plot a lesson and make it use. A lot of talk, conversation, or walking with the application. The microcosm in the family is the smallest nation. I be shallow when you should be seeking elevation. Islam is on that old time religion. Feel like it's back in those days with spirits on the soul train. The lyrics cannot explain the intricate details. I'm focused on the path, on the track, can't derail. The message get delivered, I receive it like Gmail. The path for that expense, pay the price, no retail. I think of a loud lunch, success I cannot fail. I'm taking a deep breath, releasing an exhale. Circle of life, and you know that the cycle repeats. Sharpen the drawer, won't stay long, keeping it brief. Got a task, I'll be here till the mission's complete. Working diligent, industrious, getting it done. A day star, he gon' shine like the light of the sun. Seek a better understanding, elevate higher, so you can get a better view of where I'm coming from. The flames lit, ain't no way I'm putting out the fire. Fundamentals, he told me to give them baby fundamentals. Gotta break it down so you can reach the multitude. I said that's cool, I just let them figure it out.
Hey, Brother Cosmon. Brother Cosmon, I want you to
All
hear
the plants
this.
got them. All the plants get them. All right. So the animals eat the plants, right?
Oh,
And we eat the animals, and we all got it, right? So this is in a nutshell verse. It's just like H2O, like you see on the screen. You know what I'm saying? But it's carbon. It's just
I didn't even, hey, my phone went straight to bat. But, hey, hey, we connected. That's my family. True, Bat, all them, man. Hey, Cosmon, when he talking about those certain, giving them baby food. When you say Noble Drew Ali said you're giving them baby food, a lot of things you be sharing, brother. We call it ADAPT degrees in the Moorish Sons Temple of America. And We don't give them that. We give them baby food because they're going to deny you anyway, Brother Cosmo. After you give them the answer to the question and then you explain it to them, they still going to deny you. It's they scared of the truth. They don't want the truth. They hate us. They've been programmed by the FBI, CIA, DEA to hate people like you and I. Real spill, man. These people hate the truth. I get kind of emotional sometimes behind it, man. People hate me because my last name is Richard Neal Bay, and they don't know the Bays govern the world in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Why would you hate that? Because you've been taught by your master. Your master teaches the DEA, FBI, CIA. I've said it. And their information in their books. You've been cast out. Everybody can't stay in America, the land of milk and honey. Some gotta leave in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. But I was turning this off to let you know, keep doing what you doing, cause, Ma. And those you reach, those you reach. Everybody ain't coming, Mo. We know that. And I don't say Mo in no disrespectful turn or like I'm trying to recruit you. It just slip out the mouth like that. But we know that, brother. And I want you to keep doing what you're doing in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. As long, brother
$50,000 to
Cosmo.
50,000 years, right? Okay. All
No.
right. And that's based on the decay and how fast it goes away. So now this is the thing. While they're telling you they can date it, all right, there's a couple things that you got to consider. All right. One is that the amount of carbon that's coming in the atmosphere is not always the same. All right. And we can't prove that it's been the same. All right. And it's actually forming faster than it's decaying. And it was said that it was supposed to be going down.
Copper K, you realize we let you build, right?
Right.
So the time being up, but we just let you build. I'm just letting you know.
Take your time.
Take your time, bro. Take your time.
Okay, cool.
At this point, it's no longer.
Brothers and sisters, this is on BAP channel now. And you can go check it out. Aboriginal Power. Let's go. That's my brother. I'm a mod over there. I'm a mod with DJ Cuddy. DJ Cuddy is live too. I'm a mod with OTK, and he'll be live later. I'm a mod with all my people, man. I'm even a mod with Sister Bethy. I think I'm a mod with Mom Chief. But I'm a mod with my brothers and sisters. You know, hey, look, I want them to know. Many of y'all mod me up more than a lot of the Moorish American Muslims mod me up. So, hey, I respect that. Nothing but love, definitely.
15,000 years.
This is
right?
BAP channel. Go to BAP channel.
So the lower leg, right, of the Fairbanks Creek mammoth had a radiocarbon age of 15,000 years. But his skin was dated at 21,000 years. All right. I don't understand how you can come up with two different dates, right? Living mollusks, they was alive. They were said to be 23,000 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're still alive. You know what I mean? So now this is one of the procedures. Basically, you know, the people who create these dates and create this system, they basically said, if a carbon-14 date supports our theories, we put it in the main text. If it does not entirely contradict them, we put it in a footnote. And if it's completely out of date, then we just drop it. All right? So, you know, they're basically telling the story how they want to when they do what they want to with the dates. You know what I'm saying? And they tell us.
Y'all see how these brothers are thinking on here? And they can see falsehood from truth. This is in the vision of Noble Drew Ali. They don't have to mention Noble Drew Ali at all. They don't have to say nothing about Noble Drew Ali. But they're thinking outside the box on how we can be free and the lies that these people have been telling us all our life. Check it out.
Of, you know, antediluvian people. One that's one set of bones. One.
Again, go to Original Powers channel, Big BAP channel. Go check it out.
Go too far, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all giving me the extra time, though.
Nah, you got as much time as needed, and the reason why I'm saying that is because y'all brothers are so respectful of each other that you deserve that time. That's the only thing that I'll say. Copper K, you deserve that time. So don't worry about the chat. Just keep building. AP, when he comes in and he chimes in, I know y'all brothers are respectful enough to respect each other. But like I said, that's the only thing that I gotta say. Y'all good. Y'all good.
Yeah, no, that's all good.
Alrighty. Alrighty then. Well, hey, good job, Kate, man. You did a good job. Hey, like I said, it's gonna be a war. You feel me? Went to Africa. That's no longer should be debated, right? I guess that's why he didn't touch on it. It's not debated. So, I guess he didn't want to talk about the broke it down. We done had bills on this. I don't agree with it. I'm just giving y'all some type of measurement to grasp when we're dealing with time. Okay? Because that's a whole nother debate in itself. He hasn't showed you that Americans did not.
Hey, my wife love Brother Bap. You know, all of them about the same age. She say Bap is her cousin, his her cousin that's always was in the house reading books and stuff. And now look at him today. Then she said OTK is her cousin that goes out and do all the fishing for the crabs and bring her back the crabs. Just look at them. We all family over here. And Mama Chief is somebody I run to when I used to be out here on that wild, wild stuff. See, I used to hit people in their mouth, beat people up, and those people be looking for me. I get somewhere and go hide. This Bap, though. Back to Bap. Let's get it.
Get into this last round. Can we get a few people to support the channel? We got 126 still in here. Share this on all your social media outlets. We appreciate y'all for tapping in. Shout out to the real. Shout out to the real. The real recognize the real, man. We're gonna rock on out for a little bit. Let's get a few to support the channel. We're gonna get into this last round, family. Alrighty then. All right, want to make sure we good on this. Make sure the screen's showing up good. Let me find the screen. Am my screen showing? Hold on just a second, y'all. Yeah, like I said, man, the brother didn't touch on none of the topics. He strayed away pretty much from everything. Uh he strayed away from the whole topic. I understand that. Maybe that's his angling or how he was going to tie it and work it all in, but he totally avoided the topics at hand. Uh Give me just a second. My computer uh is acting crazy, but just give me just a damn second. Let's see what we got here. Alrighty then. All right, give me just a second. Let's see what we looking like when it comes to this data. I want to make it clear that I already proved to y'all that Negroes left and went to Africa. That's no longer should be debated, right? I guess that's why he didn't touch on it. It's not debated. So I guess he didn't want to talk about the the that we built the pyramids, meaning us Negroes here in America. I'm gonna just deal with a few things that you would need uh before you even get to building the goddamn pyramids. First of all, first of all, you're gonna need a steady flow of water. You're gonna need a steady flow of water. Why do you need water? Because you're gonna need it to sustain your food crops.
And remember, Moorish American Muslims, we will be in Cahokia Mounds doing rituals. Cahokia Mounds doing rituals. Okay? For our authority day. Contact Brother E. Rice Bay, our Grand Sheik. We will be in Cahokia Mounds doing rituals. Our authority day, July the 20th. That's right. Back to back, man. He teaching. We got pyramids, mounds all throughout America. Come on now,
Back a
back.
lot farther. We're just gonna deal with what the paperwork say. Irrigation is practice of supplying dry land with water. Indians.
Again, y'all can go back and you can go to Aboriginal Power Channel now. Go like and share the video. He's in the vision of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, teaching about true Americans right here. Listen to him.
Water the shit.
Moorish Americans, don't get upset if you hear any profanity, okay? It's not me. I can't control his mouth, But I do support the vision that he's sharing and the information that he's sharing about the pyramids being built over here, about how great we are here. Okay? Listen in, Brother Bap.
Many areas. Floodplain farming evolved into trace farming, terrace farming. Some of the earliest irrigation canal systems are those built by the OMAC, the same rubberhead people, the rubber people, the big head statues, the same Negroes migrated to Africa, right? These are the people that invented this science, right? The OMAC, who culture flourished in Mesoamerica starting about 1700.
Again, this is my brother, Aboriginal Power. I hit it by accident, but we know there is no accidents. Yes, he used profanity, but he's teaching about how we are great here in America, how we had pyramids way before Africa. Just listen in. He's in the vision of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Listen.
Those practiced in the Middle East. So they're saying that the irrigation here are not the same, and their techniques is really not unique. But the ones here in America was more sophisticated. They rivaled them. They was a little better than the ones in the Middle East and the Fertile Crescent, Mesopotamia, Sumer. They was better than China, the Great Wall, the Sun God, the Dragon Dynasty, right? What else would we need to start building? Concrete. Concrete. We got to use concrete, right? We use
I noticed my screen ain't sharing for some reason.
concrete now. It's doable. It's easy. You ain't got to carry fucking blocks. It ain't work harder. It's work smarter. Huh? Concrete. A mixture of sand and gravel.
Again, this is Aboriginal Power. He's live now. Go check out Aboriginal Power. He's live now. And why do I stay on this channel so much? Because I can hear about true American history. I don't have to go to Africa to learn about pyramids. I can go to his channel. I don't have to go to Africa to learn about anything you can find in Africa. You better know about true Americans. With that, I say I love y'all.
Call them dating, but we can give you some type of measurement of time. We know it go back far. What else will we need before we even start building pyramids?
Hey, and welcome home root words. Even though me and him argue all the time, welcome home. You are our brother, and he know how it go. We argue and we fight in that GD round, but we hug each other because it's love. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, and since you've been gone, Sister Bethy is a different Sister Bethy. She's ready to go to war without profanity. Check her out, bro. So that strong woman that you're looking for, I think you probably sparked her up a little bit. The ancient one that's inside of you, not you yourself. It ain't never us. It's always the ancient ones that's in us, right? The truth that's in us. And then check it out, bro. That brother Shah-San did exactly like you said he was. Let's cut these Pan-Africans off. Let's cut up all ops. If you're an op, you can't communicate with our women. You can't communicate with our children. You can't communicate with our sisters. We are at war. Go check out OTK channel, and he did a whole build on silent wars. The silent wars want me and you to kill each other, to hate each other, and never love.
Other water mixtures. As the stones were set, the masons.
Yeah, I got the PDF to that. That's my golden gun. I call it the golden gun. I pull it out only in the base. It's a dagger.
Also used a sliding measuring device in a plumb bob called a whatever the fuck this name is. Excuse me. To make a certain that they were properly in line. Not only was we using masonry, we was making sure the shit was perfect.